Okay. Timestamp is February 8th, 2026. It's almost 7 a.m. 6:53. I've got a whiny acorn. Oh, you rebel. Take the little guy with you. Ow, that's my foot. Nope, come on, Tanner. Come on. There are times when I do that I hear the immortal words of Fozzie Bear when he says, "Works every time." I watched the Muppet movie a lot as a kid. It was one of the first movies that we acquired through the use of two VCRs. We illegally copied it. Years ago. Statute of limitations, way gone. That would have been like 1982. Gen X was kind of different, you know. One of my friends had cable. One of my friends had a really good home computer, that being a Commodore 164. In our friend group, I was the kid with two VCRs. Arg. So, Gen X, totally different world, I know. You know, every kid brings something to the table, you know. My dad always being into gadgets, we had a couple of VCRs, and my brother figured out how to do tape-to-tape transfer. Raha. But yeah, the first couple of movies we had were Star Wars: A New Hope, the Muppet movie, and Xanadu. So I got these in. I had already showed you the Mrs. Incredible, but the Mr. Incredible came in. So, let's not break them. It's mind-bending. That's a regular mug in front. There we go. So those are what's called a slanted mug, which, you know, clearly, right? So I got his and hers Incredibles mugs for my girl and I. And I'm gonna make some coffee out of my new Bully for Bugs mug. One of 3, I think, that I have now. I'm really sad about the rabbit seasoning one. They finally did get back to me. They're going to do some kind of refundy thing, which it's typical, you know. Not a complaint. What I'd expect. It's what I do too, you know. When I opened the box, I was a little worried that might be the case. Because I could see where exterior packaging, great. Short of an elephant sitting on it, they weren't going to get broken. But interior, they were lightly wrapped and right next to each other. The first thing I felt through the packaging was the handles, because that's usually the first thing to break. And I'm like, okay, we're looking good, cool. And then when I pulled the one out, I heard a little like glass tinkling kind of sound. The handle stayed intact, but something else broke. And I showed you the chipping and stuff on the top. That was a couple of hard impacts together, because they were head to butt, and the head broke on the butt. Physics. Apologize to anyone with earbuds. Full disclosure, yesterday did a couple things and I had all the best intentions, but I slept a lot. Is it depression, genuine fatigue from just burning it so much? I've been told by those near and dear that even if it is depression, I'm allowed to be a little out of sorts. Not that I need anybody's permission, but I beat myself up, you know? So we're going to get the barbecue going. Looks like soup. Park you there. I think. Yeah, it works. Very low heat. I want to cook it, but it's a very slow cook. Pour it in a pan. This is some high-tech stuff here. Got a couple friends that get confused with like box meals, so I know this would be rocket science for a few of them. That's okay. Love you, mouse. Then I kind of almost like squeegee it out. It's real easy to lose lots of good bits and chunks and stuff in there. In the spirit of the Native Americans, use every bit, you know? It's ASMR. Alright. There's still going to be some juice and whatnot in the bag when you do that. It's unavoidable. And no, I did not lick that off my finger because even I have limits. But I did think about it because the chicken's cooked at least, so because I pre-boiled it with a spoon. Very fancy. I usually hose my stuff off briefly, just because some of it's been on the counter. Make sure there's no dust or other schmudge. Und then you can see the green pepper and some red onion in there. And all the chicken that I pulled off of the 3 leg quarters that I boiled. Still getting the hang of the different like oven and stovetop levels here, because I've not used this. I used it a fair amount in 2023, but then, you know, after my wife and I became ninja burglars, Um, I hadn't really been in here for 2 years plus, so I'm just gonna let it kind of think about things. I'm gonna turn it up to 3. Now, when it starts bubbling, because it invariably will, mix it. You don't have to get crazy with it. All crazy vigorous. You don't necessarily want it to stop boiling, or the equivalent of boiling, because right now it's really, really soupy, and I want it to get a little thicker, because then it becomes like sloppy Joe sandwich filling. So right now it's like something in between a soup and a stew, and I need to become more, not really a paste, but less liquid. Some of the water will boil out, and then I get what I want. We all get what we want, which is really damn good barbecue sandwiches for the day or two, because that'll feed us for a bit. You can use regular bread. I usually splurge and get hot dog rolls, because you can get them pretty cheap and you can pack them. The bread, it always winds up seeping through and all that. But you could do toasted bread. Put some cheese on there, make it like a melt. Lots of options. And it's just really damn good. I'm not sure what I'm drinking, but it's pretty good. I'm not sure. I think Alex got creative. It's not bad though. Sometimes creativity happens and coffee doesn't, So today, I have promised myself that I'll get it together. I haven't really had a goof off day this week, so yesterday was my goof off day, I guess. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with that. I did a couple things, and then I was like, you know what, nah. Back to bed. Okay. Another one of my dark triggers. Yeah, I've got like three or four of these on order total. This one didn't have this stuff. That's okay. Getting them cheap. Which is surprising, because normally, from my experience, some of the cooler figures you wind up paying huge money, which is to say I don't usually get those. But yeah, this popped up on my feed the other day, because I've got preset searches on eBay, and this was just kind of one of the random things that popped up, hey, you might also like. And I looked at it, and at first I thought, this is either not Star Wars or it's a bootleg of some sort. But then I did a little research, and I'm like, oh, it's an extended universe from 20 years ago. 2007. LFL, Lucasfilm Limited. Which, it's extended universe, it's from the book, so it's not really a Lucasfilm. I know, it's just a copyright thing. But, pretty cool looking figure. He does have a backpacky thing, which the one I got 2 days ago had his, it's like a jetpack. But it's okay. It's okay. It's just a more slimmed down version of it. Pretty cool. And these guys are beefy. I mean, bearing in mind that the McQuarrie C-3PO is kind of skinny. Honestly, he's a skinny figure. This thing is, you could, like I said this the other day, you could wear him like a mech. Huge, huge. But very cool. would not want this thing dragging me out of bed during a raid or something. That's nightmare fuel right there. Go with me. Okay, but I left some urine behind. That explains it. I pulled up the Weather Channel, but I hadn't actually looked. When I opened the door, I was like, ooh, that's cold. It's 39 currently. And it feels like 39. I hear a jingling and a jangling by the back door. I'm going to let in a dog or two. Oh, Scrappy. Hey, buddy. The sun will come up in about 10 minutes. It's already starting to get that glow outside. It would help if I unlocked it. Yeah, I locked it because some Titanic doofus keeps jumping against the door and figuring out how to open it if I don't. Oh, thanks, Jinx. You moved the water bowl. That's my foot. Ow. Gently. Claude. Any kitties want cookies? No? There's Jinx. Janus didn't hop this way. Summoning spell almost always worked on Jinx at least. Am I getting him in frame? Yeah. Alright, there you go. And yes, please quit moving the water bowl. And yes, if you just tuned in, there are a few cats here. We're pro-animal in general. A little micro zoo. And yes, I do have a black cat named Jinx. Yes, I do. And my tuxedo is named Hexy, but it's not like that. It has nothing to do with sorcery. It's a play on words and numbers because he's a 7-toe. Hex-I. Hexy. Yeah, I'm a dork, I know that. But I'm not an AI dork. I'm a real flesh and blood dork. That's right, this guy. Going over my list. I got a couple of listings up yesterday, but I wanted to get 12 up. I got 3. Again, I was just like, not feeling it. Nope. Back to bed. Some phone call stuff I need to do, which I can't do till tomorrow because it's Sunday. Gotta get dishes out. I don't have enough to do in, but I will. As the day goes on, just keep rinsing and packing it as I go through all of this. It's just overwhelming sometimes, you know. Okay. I put in, Pix isn't going to be here again till Tuesday, and we talked 2 days ago, and she's like, I'm going to need some stuff here. She's like, I don't want to have to drive all the way out to Leo to get it, to bring it back. I'm like, well, I can get an order to you through Walmart. She's like, yeah, do that. And I sent her an email or two, because I hate texting, calling, because I never know when she's going to be sleeping. So I sent her an email, and I didn't get a response as far as the whole, when do you want me to send it? When do you want me to send the order? Hey, I can place the order, but I have to have a delivery time, and I don't want it, out there in the breeze. Mind you, any cold goods will stay okay for a while, because 39, we're in Central Florida. Personally, I think it's great, but what happened? Email caught my attention, and then I realized it was an ad. It was just kind of weird. Mercury helps businesses, and I'm like, talking astrologically? I mean, Mercury is typically about communication and travel, but it's a company called Mercury. They do online banking. Okay, yeah, all right. It's an advertisement. I completely misread what you were doing there. So since she's not responding, I pulled up my Steam account to see when she was online, because we're Steam friends too. We're like besties. We are. My wife is my best friend. I know, that's not cool. It actually is. Any of you that don't think it's cool, I think you're doing it wrong. But hey, that might be a Tanner. So, I got to thinking, the one time that I know on the weekend that I can guarantee that she'll be up is Sunday afternoon, well, Sunday morning. No, that's just Scrappy making weird sound effects while looking out the door. Okay. I can guarantee her whereabouts on Sundays because mom call. That's when she does her call to her mom. So I saw that she popped on Steam because she usually will play a game in the background while she's, talking to her mom. And I saw that she had hopped on a game, so I'm like, okay, setting the delivery. So hopefully she'll get the delivery, and I'll follow up with her. She may call me after she gets off with her mom. She does that a lot. But speaking of tongues, the delivery should hit about an hour after they are almost guaranteed to not be on the phone with each other. This guy. Thinking it through. So, because I have a micro zoo here, she has one as well. She's got Sammy, she's got, at this point, just Sammy and her 2 cats. But that's still, needs supplies. Need dog food, cat food, that kind of stuff. Water. Move it. Thank you. You bark at me, you're late. Come on. Hey, Scrap, you want to let him in the room? Thanks. Come on. Come on, Dan. You already got yours, bud. Go. Go. 1 per customer. Tanner? Nice. Good job, man. Leaped out of the air to grip it out of my hand. You got skills. Hey, I'm a performer. I can appreciate a circus worker. You guys put in the work. Okay, 3 is too low. I need it up a little bit more. Let's go to 4 and see if we get some magic there. Ark, ark. Oh. He was not expecting that. I learned that word from Lurch. Very wise man. Yeah, see, consistency-wise, it's still a little too liquidy, you know, to do what I want to be able to do with it. So, boil it down a little bit, cooks the onions and the peppers in the process, basically in the soup, so to speak, and makes it a little less runny, moist. It'll still be gooey, which, you know, you want the paste kind of thing going on. But you don't want it to burn. That's why when you see it bubbling, you do need to actually scrape the bottom when you're stirring, because you can burn it. You want to boil off the liquid, not blacken it. Black is beautiful, but not in that instance. Speaking of black is beautiful, how about the Orange Guy's posts? I mean, who doesn't love The Lion King? It's Jinx moving the water bowl. And I wish he'd stop. The dude is a racist. He's always been a racist. If you don't think that, if you think I'm wrong, wake up. Yes, I know, Kanye, blah, blah, blah. If you're black and wealthy and you're willing to bend the knee, he'll make time. Otherwise, no. Same reason he's waging war on the cities that have black and brown people. White people are getting hurt too, but they're white people that didn't support him anyway, so... Yeah. Acceptable losses, you know. Yeah, I don't know what he did. That's pretty good. Not amazing, but yeah, it's 3 stars. You know. The other day, man, there was some like 1.5 star stuff coming out of there. It's like, oh my god. I didn't say anything. It's like, whatever you did, don't do that again. Oh my god. I've had hospital coffee that was better. Actually, I've had some pretty good hospital coffee. The VA. Other hospitals, not so much. Exactly. The Zybots is awake. Bully for bugs. It's a good cartoon, I like it, but instead of having 3 of that mug, I'd rather have 2 of a couple other ones, you know. Yeah, is what is. I do have some more mugs on the way. I know you're shocked. my mugophilia. And again, once I touch on some bases of some things that I know and love, and I've thinned down my Looney Tunes mugs. I've got a second box of ones that I'll probably sell at garage sales, because I don't love them. I like them, but I don't love them, and I'd rather have a cabinet of nothing but things that I love than 2 cabinets of things that I like and love. You know what I mean? It's that whole making every moment count, enjoying every moment, you know. Because you never know. Had a lot of reminders over the past couple of years about you never know. Between my parents, losing a friend from high school, I feel like I'm in an alley with a trash can lid, you know? Work my list today. Could I sleep? Probably, but I actually feel pretty rested now. You know, I got a 4-hour nap, did a little bit. And then I got probably about 6 or 7 hours as an actual, like, sleep cycle. So, I think if it was depression, I could probably go in there and lay down and sleep again. And knowing me, I probably could, but I don't feel the need to. Or maybe I'm just recognizing it enough to where I'm able to break out of it a little bit. I don't know. Oh, and I woke up to the very end of City of Death. We're still on Tom Baker. It's been like 7 or 8 days now. It's really strange. That's not normal. I mean, and I know because I've been watching the Roku. I've had the Roku Doctor Who going for months now in the background. It's like my favorite radio station kind of thing, so don't judge. You know, you and I just do things differently. If you think that this behavior is weird, you know. I've always got the radio on. Well, so do I. It's no different. Don't judge. Exactly. But as a fun point of trivia, John Cleese actually has a cameo in City of Death. It's Fourth Doctor, Tom Baker, and Lalla Ward, Romana. And John Cleese, it's not big. I think he might have 2 scenes. I think he has 2 scenes in it overall. But I woke up in time to see the last little cameo scene that he's in. It amuses. I love John Cleese. I love Monty Python in general, but John Cleese is like the man. I'm also a huge fan of A Fish Called Wanda. Older comedy film. Still hilarious. One of my favorites. It's actually one of my favorite 3 comedies. If you were to ask me, I would say Noises Off, A Fish Called Wanda, and Young Frankenstein. Yeah. Favorite 3 comedies of all time. Shaun of the Dead's really, really, really breathing hard. A very solid number 4 on that list. But, yeah. I like those comedies that really don't miss a beat. There's always something going on. And it's at least enough to make you smirk, if not laugh out loud, you know? So, film recommendations. If you haven't seen them, man, Noises Off will be especially funny to you if you've done theater. It's funny no matter what. But if you've done a little bit or a lot of theater, Noises Off takes on a whole new level, because if you've done a fair amount of theater, even if you've just done a few shows, you have probably witnessed some of the things go wrong that go. It's a movie about the production of a play. And the play within the movie is funny. And then the things that go wrong within are also funny. And if you've done a fair amount of theater, man, it hits home. It hits home. Because I can't watch it without going, yep, Yep, that was my senior play in high school. I remember that happening. Well, that's been about every show I've ever done. Ooh, yeah, that happened in Oklahoma. Uh-huh. Yep. You know, you start. Oh yeah, that happened during the Fantastics. Ooh, ooh, that left a scar. You know. Ooh, we had that happen during Rocky Horror. You know, twice. It just adds that extra level of cathartic pain with the humor. It's good. It's good. But yeah, Fish Called Wanda, John Cleese, Michael Palin. If you're a Monty Python fan, he dragged Michael Palin along for the ride. Jamie Lee Curtis, looking foxy. Um, really funny heist comedy. Really well done. And I think either completely written or nearly completely written by John Cleese. I mean, it's his baby. And it's good. Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks, Gene Wilder, Marty Feldman, Madeline Kahn. How can you go wrong with what we're throwing down right now? Just an amazing, amazing piece. Shaun of the Dead. It's the more modern one to make that list, but damn, it's a funny movie. Especially if you've watched a couple of zombie movies over the years. Really quite good. So yeah, that's my top 4 comedy recommendations. That was just free. I'm not like Mr. Mojo or anything, but or maybe I am. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. You can smell the barbecue starting to warm up a little bit. I'm a Wolf King. My nose works great. Even with the morning sinus shenanigans. My eyesight sucks. My hearing and my sense of smell. I got this. Anyway. And regarding that thing that I was talking about a few minutes ago, as far as the whole Orange Man bad, I know there are people out there that like to say that you libs are stuck in this Orange Man bad mode. I got news for you. Orange Man bad because Orange Man is bad. Wake up. And he's been this person for a long time, his whole life. But he's also a con artist. So maybe you got fooled. Orange Man is bad. He's just not a nice human being. And now he has dementia. Because the stuff that I'm seeing, I've watched my dad go through for the past, 3, 5, 10 years. He has dementia, people. I don't care if you can point to the stretchy horse on the cognitive test. If they're having to give him a cognitive test like once a week or once a month or whatnot, they're even aware. They're tracking it. I'm guessing they're waiting for it to get too bad. And for the record, I do think Biden was suffering from some early dementia as well. I do. I absolutely do. But I would have more confidence with that sweet old Grandpa Joe in charge than this madman. Because that's one thing about dementia. When it starts hitting, you start really seeing what's at the core of the person, because a lot of the pretenses, it's like alcohol. The pretenses kind of melt away. Because like I've seen stuff from my dad where I still see very, very sensitive, kind man. But I also see paranoid 20-something-year-old kid that got sent to Vietnam and had the life scared out of him for 2.5 years. gives you a look at the foundation of who they are. Because a lot of the madness that happened around here is because of the trauma from Vietnam. Scared young man watching people get butchered and not knowing if he was going to live through the next day. And the dimension makes all the masks, all the pretenses melt away. And you can see what it is in the middle, at the core. And we're seeing what the orange guy is all about. It's no different than interrogating someone who's drunk. You'll get some truth. It's going to be ugly and raw, but ultimately, it's probably truth. So, my 3 cents. Normally I give 2 cents, but I felt like giving you a raise. Because you've done a good job. Anyway. Hug your parents, hug your kids. Make it a great day.